Want to make sure it said 3, 2, 1. Are we live? Yep, we're live. All right. Well, I want to wish everybody a happy Confederate Memorial Day. We're here today at Jefferson Davis' last home, Beauvior. It's 52 acres. It was bought by the Daughters of the Confederacy in 1903 from Mrs. Davis for $10,000. And she had received an offer at $90,000 for it because it's got beautiful property right on the Gulf Coast in Biloxi, but she really wanted the daughters to have it. And obviously the Davises had a home here that was already caring for veterans of all races after the Civil War. More than 400 veterans are buried here, and they have a big reenactment and ceremony on June 3rd, Davis's birthday, which is a week after the traditional Memorial Day that the rest of the country celebrates. And originally Louisiana did that, allows people to celebrate both regular Memorial Day and then take a tour out here to see what really went on with a lot of people's ancestors. So I want to read to you what's inscribed here on this archway, and it says, "Stranger, tread lightly. Herefore this spot is holy ground. Here are buried over 200, and today it's over 400, almost 5, of our Confederate dead, once the home of Jefferson Davis, President of the Southern Confederacy, now Confederate Soldiers' Home of Mississippi." So what happened when it says Confederate Soldiers' Home of Mississippi was that there were so many veterans that needed help after the war that were broke. The Daughters of the Confederacy stood up and they raised funds, and they actually had a retirement center here which housed up to 250 soldiers, or their wives or the women or of all races, till 1957. So during that time, I think the numbers I'm hearing are way more than 700 retirees called this place home. The first one showed up, actually he misread the paper, they were running late, and he showed up, they wanted to turn him down, and I believe that was in 1903. So this place is beautiful. It's on the Gulf Coast. It was a great retirement home, and Davis was given this because he was broke. So actually he lived in the guest cottage for a number of years, and when the lady that owned the estate passed away, she saw the man that Davis was and the caring that he was doing for veterans who would show up and help them however he could. She gave it to him over her own kids. Great place. The big thing right now is the Daughters of the Confederacy own it, and they've said that they'd be willing to take the monuments, especially Jeff Davis Monument from New Orleans, and put it here and build a beautiful garden around it. So I'm going to give you a little tour of the place. We're going to have to do it in steps because it's 52 acres, but right now we're going to start at the cemetery. And as you can see, the bricks here, actually it's interesting because I see Nathan Bedford Forrest, and some names that we do know that are easy to remember, but a lot of these, like right here, I'll go in, you can just see it's Private Hayward Buford and Private Wallace. So as you look back, as I walk in, you'll see we're going to the tomb of the unknown soldier, and you can see the number of graves. It's probably 15 deep by 50 across, and that would be about right for the numbers that we've been told. And you know what you see coming in at the tomb of the unknown soldier, and I'll read this because there's a Father Ryan monument that the Daughters of the Confederacy put up in New Orleans, and what this says right here is, fearless on many a day for us, they stood in front of the fray for us and held the foemen at bay for us, and tears should fall forever over all who fell while wearing the gray for us. First time I've read it, I'll try it one more time because I think I'd read it better. Fearless of many a day for us, they stood in front of the fray for us and held the foemen at bay for us, and tears should fall forever over all who fell while wearing the gray for us.